And we could just go into it, man.
Yeah,
This was
man.
like, I am definitely going to be rewatching this episode probably tonight and just loving every second of this fight.
I just love the combination of like the zoom in shots, the slow mo, and like the room scale stuff was just so good. Like we get the zoom in on Igris, and then we get him making that first move, and we get the like zoomed out shot where like we can see the distance that he's covered, and then it gets slow mo as he's doing the first strike. Like all of that was just like perfect. It was just
That
the best
first,
way that they could have done it.
everything you described right there was just a perfect introduction to just the strength of
Yeah.
Igris and just how high the stakes were here. Like this was going to
Yes.
be like no opponent that he has seen before, and
Yeah.
that certainly was the case.
My one complaint is that he does the first swing and he being Igris, and then Sung JinWoo is like, oh, he's breaking the pillars like they're dry branch twigs. In the webtoon, he says he's cutting it like it's tofu, and that's some fucking bullshit.
It's probably the translation.
So that's all I'm gonna say is
That is
that
pretty
option
fucking
was
funny.
there, and they robbed us of it.
Well, nobody really cares about tofu that much.
They do in Korea and Japan, and right here on this podcast
At your
so,
house, yeah,
yeah, this podcast. So
Igris is the fucking best. Is one of the greatest characters in the show,
Mhm.
and it. I don't even want to. That's it. I can't even fucking talk about it, dude.
There's so many good parts to the fight. It's just it's so great. It's such a contrast, like you're saying, Alki, too, of we've been watching him kick ass and watching so many reactions, and everyone was like literally dumbfounded because all they've been showing us is him getting stronger and stronger and stronger and stronger, and then it's just like, where the fuck did this guy come
Brick
from?
wall, yeah.
Igris is definitely like an A rank, like,
and everyone was
definitely,
like,
right?
How is he getting out of this? It's just so good, man. There's
The
so
one-
many good animation choices that got made.
I have so many notes, or like not notes, but just comments. Like I love when Sung drops the dagger or whatever he does. He swings the dagger,
And then
Yeah.
but he kind of
switches
let goes.
hands.
Yeah, he switches hands and just does.
Does the
that was-
good old Arya Stark.
Yeah, pretty much.
Look,
That
yeah.
was so fucking hot. I loved that moment. And then, of course,
Of
when they
course.
switch the fists and Igris like drops the cape and he drops
Oh
the
my
sword
God.
and he's like, "Oh, you're feeling pretty confident, aren't you?" It's
So
like,
fire. That was one of my
it's-
favorite parts of watching people's reactions. Everyone is like looking at the person next to them, like, is this actually happening? Like, this guy's so badass.
God damn, dude. To know what it would be like to experience that organically, like, for the first time is sick. Because
I'm envious.
like I read, like, reading it is awesome. Watching it come alive. I mean, we say it every time we meet. It's a different feeling.
I really,
Yeah.
And they definitely added some bits to the fight
Oh,
too,
yeah.
Oh,
right?
100%.
Which they do all the time, but that's cool with me
the
because it
fight
was such a
in
treat.
the fight in the webtoon honestly felt like very quick almost, but like it
Yeah.
didn't really feel like there was ever a chance for me to feel like Sung was at a point of ever really losing. Whereas here, obviously, he's getting the
I just reread it because I again was like,
I know
he
the
really got
throne
his ass
shot.
kicked.
The throne
But-
shot is definitely parallel. Definitely, like that's one
Yeah,
to one.
he pieces him up pretty quickly in the webtoon, as in Igris kicks the shit out of him pretty quickly. I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
too how they were like emphasizing here in the anime when Sung's like, okay, like we're probably about the same speed, but like he's definitely stronger and all this kind of stuff. And then when they go barehanded, right on his ass. Literally right on his ass. Sung can't keep up. It's just like he is right on him with like a lariat right to the gut. He puts him right in the ground, and it's like, oh my God, he literally doesn't let him breathe. Throws him into the wall. Then that first punch, and then again, like they give us that zoom out where like we're looking from the side, and then the first punch comes, and then the second punch, and then third, fourth, and then it starts to speed up, and you feel the impact, and then the wall cracks, and I was like, dude, they are killing it right now. It looks so fucking cool.
It lived up to so much expectations because when you're reading this for the first time, you're just like you're thinking about how are they ever going to animate this better than like how they're drawing it, to be honest, because it was drawn so fucking well, and like they honestly knocked it out of the park. I think obviously the anime adaptation of it is way better than the webtoon version, but I never thought I'd be saying that, to be honest, with how good the webtoon has been drawn. But
He's like
it did.
juggling him. He's juggling him at one point. It was like, this is our main character. Like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
It's so good.
But
I saw some people too that were like, dude, you got to like bring out a gun. Like, does he have a gun in his back pocket? Like, how is he ever gonna beat this guy right now?
That's
It's so
funny.
And of course, it's
The guard guarding the knight guarding the empty throne.
just it's such a poetic.
I know.
It's so poetic, and I know immediately what it means.
That I appreciated that a lot
And
more now.
I just love when Song just ends up on the throne. Like, it's just so symbolic. It just foreshadows so much of about what's going to happen. It's such a clean shot, even though he is like on death's door, but it's a total fake out, obviously.
Dude,
So
that
Igris,
fucking moment was so baller.
Igris comes in, uses the ruler's hand, grabs that sword back to him, which I thought was fucking badass.
Yeah.
Force pulls it to him, comes in for the finishing blow, but Song JinWoo, of course, what else is he gonna do other than the eye gouge? Classic. That's how he's beaten pretty much on all of the major villains, I'm pretty sure, except for Kang. Like, it's just been an eye gouge and that's it.
He went back to survival mode.
Yeah,
But
that's what he needed.
He
I mean,
needed
that's what-
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
he needed a wake up call.
that's realistically the only weak spot he had. I mean, the armor's not getting pierced by the knife. If you have a shot at the eye, click that fatal strike, baby, and let's get a nice accurate strike in.
He was
over here.
fucking spamming
Oh.
fatal strike.
Oh, that was honestly so cool too. It's just fatal strike popping up on the
Yeah.
screen, and then it's like switches the animation over to like that black and I don't even know what it
that was
was. Like,
cool.
oh, I thought it was.
That's
so
what they
cool.
did in JJK. That was like
That's
awesome.
what it was. Yeah.
It had a
I
good
was trying to
impact.
think. Yeah.
Sukuna versus Maruaga.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was feeling.
Man. Did you guys, side note, did you see the like updated version of that fight?
Yes, I
I've
knew that
seen
they would do
clips,
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They like released it
good.
high def on Blu-ray, I guess, or something like that.
Pretty good.
but after like 30 fatal strikes, Igris is finally down for the count. What is he? Did he finish him off with like a dagger blow to the neck? Is it or something like that? I think so.
I think so.
He
Right
just
up,
hits him so many times.
right up here.